upon a time, Princess Rapunzel Barbie, gorgeous as can be, what a beauty!
This is the ugliest Barbie I have ever seen. Okay, I might be a little bit hyperbolic in saying that, but she definitely has some of the ugliest Barbie hair I have ever seen, and it's not particularly close. I mean, she has the most matted Kanekalon hair I have ever seen. I didn't know it could get this bad. It is totally clumped together, tangled, and just a huge freaking mess, man.
What happened to you?
To be fair to her, she was not always the ugliest Barbie in the world. She is a 1997 Barbie Rapunzel doll, and back in her day, she was really cute. I don't know what happened. I think that a child has played with her until she literally could not be played with anymore. And that's a good life for a doll, but now I'm gonna give her a new life by finding some way, I don't know how, to restore her. I found this doll at a thrift store. I don't know what I was thinking when I got her. She looks completely ridiculous. I mean, I knew even when I picked her up that this was gonna be really hard, and that's why I bought her, I took her home, and she's been sitting in my pile of Barbies to restore, and I keep on putting her off because it's such a huge commitment to brush out and do this much hair. But today I'm ready, and I will face the challenge head on, and it is time for us to get into it. So I haven't even mentioned her clothes yet. Her skirt, it's covered in like brown stains. I don't know what they are. They scare me. And I am going to just take off this outfit of hers, and I am going to cremate it, and we will remember her for what she was, but I am not going to be using any of these pieces again. They're gross, and they're not worth cleaning. This crown is actually anchored to her head. There's these plastic spikes that go into her head from her crown. It's very looks very uncomfortable for her. And so I'm going to remove this crown, and spoiler alert, it is a lot harder than it looks because these plastic spikes are in there super deep. But we eventually got them out, and this crown can also join the shirt and the dress in the cremation station. And all right, so I'm ready to get to brushing her very, very messy hair. I've got this bowl of water here. I underestimated what it was going to take, and so I thought that I could do it at my desk. And I do it, but it's not easy, and I make kind of a mess, like starting immediately. I get water all over the tablecloth, whatever. And I dip her into this bowl of water that I have gotten, and it immediately turns like a pale yellow color, and that was a little concerning, but we powered on. And of course, we're going to start out by getting her hair wet, and then I'm going to cover her hair in an ungodly amount of conditioner. I'm going to cover her hair from top to bottom with conditioner, and then I'm going to flip her over, and I'm going to put more conditioner on because that's how much conditioner that this doll is going to need. And it still may not work. I don't know. We'll see. So once she's properly lathered in all of the conditioner that you could possibly imagine, it is time to finally start brushing. And so I'm going to start from the bottom, and before we get to the brushing portion, I am going to put a trigger warning here because of the ungodly amount of breakage and hair that comes out. It's a mess. We are going to lose some density and some length here, and this might not be for the faint of heart. So if that may trigger you, I understand. This is not for everybody, but we are going to brush it until it is smooth, whether massive chunks of her hair come out or not. I'm going to try my best not to, but seeing as this hair is the most tangled hair I've ever seen on a doll, we're in uncharted territory. We don't know where this might lead. This could be bad, or it could surprise us and not be so bad, but we are getting into it.
One eternity later.
Okay, round about 1,000 years later, I have finally brushed through half of her hair. and she's looking pretty goofy with her hair sticking out the top of her head like that. It's given Jessie from Pokemon in the weirdest way possible, but I think that it's working. We are losing a lot of hair, and I think that we're still gonna have plenty to style at the end, but again, this may be upsetting to watch for those of you who hate to see hair breakage and stuff like this, because it's hard for me, but we're powering on. We have to do it. We're doing it for Rapunzel, all right?
You must know. Surely you must know it was all for you.
Let's do it for her. Okay, about 1,000 years later, I have finally finished brushing her hair. It is very smooth. The ends have broken off quite a bit, and we may end up trimming her hair and getting rid of that length entirely. I haven't decided about that yet, but for now, her hair is smooth. She looks way better. She's passable as a functional Barbie doll with brushable hair. And so that's most of the battle, honestly. That's like the worst part. And so now I'm going to wash out her conditioner. I attempt to wash it out in this nasty little bowl of water that I washed her hair in initially that turned yellow. But then I realized that that was not working, and so off camera I went into the bathroom and I washed her off pretty good. And so don't worry, I got the nasty yellow water out of her hair. Then from here you can see that, yeah, the bottom of her hair is a lot thinner than the top. That was to be expected. I mean, the bottom was super damaged to begin with, and brushing it out, I mean, it just broke. It's an old doll. The hair broke off in chunks. You can see this massive ball of hair. It didn't seem to do a whole lot with density, but I think most of it came from the bottom half of her hair, where the bottom is now significantly thinner than the top, which is okay. We still have a lot of hair to work with, but we may end up having to trim the bottom off a little bit because it's getting a little scraggly towards the end where the worst of the breakage was. Okay, and so normally I actually don't do boil washes because I don't find it necessary using a straightener on Kanekalon hair, but because her hair is so bad, I'm going to do a boil wash just to see if it can help a little bit. Spoiler alert, I didn't really see much of a difference, and so I'm not gonna race to do this again, but I did do it this time, and I let her out to dry overnight, and then the next day this is what her hair dry looks like. So yeah, you can see it is damaged. The top isn't so bad, the bottom is very damaged. Her hair is giving like old man goatee in the worst way possible. I don't even know what that means, but use your imagination. And so now it's time for me to, I mean, there's nothing else to do but try to style it, right? But before we get into the styling portion, I'm going to quickly cut off some of this length. Unfortunately, I think we are going to lose some of that length. It's just too damaged at the bottom. It looks nasty. It's super scraggly and weird at the end. And so I'm going to try to avoid losing too much of the length and get it to a spot where it's pretty thick and even. And that ended up being like right around her ankles. And so we lost probably like an inch and a half of her hair. And so now I'm going to put her hair up in a bun, half up, half down. And so I can style the bottom half with the top half not getting in the way. All right, now that she's all primed and ready to go, there's really nothing else to do but to attempt to curl it and see if it works. Okay, you can see that first curl looks really good. I've got my expectations really high now. I think that she's gonna turn out really pretty. As you can see as I'm going, this hair is definitely curling really well, and I think that we're gonna have a really awesome result. You can see she's got these holes on her head. Those are from the plastic spikes that held her crown on. They're not from me brushing too hard, don't worry. All right, obligatory stopover as we are halfway done and the bottom section is totally complete. It's turning out really good. I think that we really just need to see how the top turns out before we can make a real judgment on how this is going to end up looking. Okay, the top section is now complete and she's looking really cute. I did not think that this was possible. So as you can see, it turned out really good. Her hair is curled to perfection. I mean, we did lose a little bit of length with me cutting her hair, and then the curling also makes the hair appear a little bit shorter, but it still looks really long. It's plenty long for me. I think that there really is nothing left to do except for accessorize her and put her into some clothes. And so I am going to, of course, make my own jewelry. I've made these two little earrings that I'm gonna put into her ears. And then of course I'm going to make a chain necklace. I'll just wrap this chain around her neck twice and then fasten it onto itself. And then now it's just time for the outfit. I've got this fairy core type outfit that I'm gonna put her in, and I think that she's gonna look really good in it with her fantasy hair. I've got these pink leg warmers with bows on them. And then I've got this matching fur mini skirt with bows on it. And then I have this like Y2K pink butterfly top that I'm going to put on, and then I got these matching pink shoes that I'm going to put on. Hopefully all of this works together and she ends up looking great. And before we get to the big reveal, remember to like this video and comment telling me if this in fact was the ugliest Barbie ever, or if you have a Barbie that was even uglier that might top this one. I would love to hear it. And then remember to subscribe if you like doll revamp and doll restoration content like this. I will be uploading every week or so. And so now it's time for the big reveal. All right, and just like that, Barbie is back to being the fashion icon she was always meant to be, instead of being the before picture in a makeover montage, which she has been, but is no longer. And I think that her revamp turned out really good. I love how all of the accessories and all of the outfit pieces work together. I got this outfit on AliExpress. This outfit's everywhere on there. If you just go on there and look for Barbie clothes, you can find it real easy. All right, thank you so much for everybody that watched to the very end. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.